Where did the album title come from? It came from my daughter, who was 4 at the time, and sometimes she just lets her imagination run away with itself, and she was just saying, "We have to find a statue." I said, "What are you talking about? The statue? We have to find the statue of the hunter." I said, "Where is it?" I said, "It's lost at sea." And that's just pretty much just it. That's a very strange thing for a 4-year-old to be saying, but anyway.
Has she been secretly writing the lyrics to all her albums?
Well, considering a lot of them were released before she was born.
I'll take that as a yes. I think there's a kind of thematicness though, even if it wasn't intended to connect the songs. It resonated with you as a title because it fits with lots of other things that we've done and you've written. So yeah, even if it wasn't intended that way, it works that way.
I know. I actually don't even know where most of the titles of the songs come from.
Exactly.
Sometimes they don't even relate to to what's being sung about, to be honest. Often at times they do, but sometimes they don't. Sometimes they're just evocative of something else. I like to confuse the listener a little bit, and myself, by the sounds of it. Life happened.
Yeah. Life, children.
We used to live in the
jobs,
same country
distance.
as well. Yeah. Up till I left England in 2011, sometime around then. Yeah, and a lot of changing of jobs, having children, moving. I've moved house about 6 times since then. So it's pretty crazy. And at a certain point, I actually thought I probably would stop doing it altogether, to be honest. I thought I wasn't going to do this anymore, or make music anymore. But when it's a compulsion, you just do it anyway, because you don't have a choice.
And there was a couple of times when I probably encouraged you to not give up, but that because I had so little time to commit to stuff, that it was just make the albums on your own. I probably don't wait for me, carry on, don't come back for me, leave me to die. But I'm really glad that you didn't. I'm really glad that you came back and you pushed me and said, "Come on, just see what you can do with a couple of these songs."
Yeah,
because I think I've definitely had less input on this album than the previous ones, but I really enjoyed the input I did get.
Yeah, I think at one point that's what I was going to do. It was almost going to be a solo record at one point, and I'd said as much, and then there'd be the odd inclusion of things you did, but the way it just evolved, it became what it is now. Probably over the last few months, it just sort of fell into this way of doing things. I mean, I've been writing a lot still over the last few years. I mean, there's enough songs for quite a number of albums, but that's not really the way it works. You can't just say, "Oh look, I've got enough songs." I mean, you can make up a host of songs in an afternoon and put them out as an album, but sometimes you just have to wait, and they will see the light of day when they feel like they want to. Because when you live with something for so long, you have no distance, you've no critical distance, you don't know whether it sounds good or not, and you just begin to just need someone to say, "Look, will you stop it and just put the thing out?"
And you just tweak infinitely, but when it's taken whatever 5-6 years to get it down, it means you listen to a mix you did 2 years ago and you're a different person now and you think about it differently, and it's you begin chasing your tail after a while.
Oh, you go insane. I mean, I think this is probably the beginning of this album was probably, or the idea of having an album was probably around 2012, to be honest. When we did that session in Huddersfield.
But even then, a lot of those songs were, I mean, some of those songs are very old.
Yeah.
But some of them, not counting the really old songs, some of those songs still were written around then. A lot have been written since.
Yeah.
there's a long kind of time stretch across the whole writing process.
I've absolutely no idea how it became that these 9 tracks became the album, to be honest. I have no idea. I could have plucked them from anywhere. There was, up until the last couple of months, there was other tracks there as well, but they just didn't fit. Well, that's a normal enough process.
But there's a kind of mix of contingency and decision making going on. I mean, on the one hand, yes, the 9 tracks are largely plucked from under nowhere, but that plucking process involves comparing them with other ones and moving them around and deciding, no, that track doesn't really belong here. You probably could have picked 9 different tracks and we would end up with a slightly different album, but you'd still have to go through that process of deciding what things are going to fit with each other. Once you have a box called album, you have to make it fit.
Yeah.
God knows what fit actually means in this context, but you figure it out.
I think what happened is there were probably about 3 or 4 songs that seemed to work together, and then maybe more than that, maybe 5. And there was always 3, those 4 or 5 that were always going to be on it, and then other ones sort of outliers sort of happened to just come into play near the end.
If the technology wasn't there, we'd still be recording tapes and sending them across each other and dubbing them onto each other. It would just sound a little less polished. Well, it doesn't sound polished anyways, but it would sound a little less clean.
The technology makes it easier. I mean, you can record a song and the same night the other person can hear it, and within minutes that it's dropped into what they're doing. Do you like that? You know.
And it's handy that we're both using more or less the same technology too.
On the edge of town, who looks like he will drown his cow any day. Not warped, not redeemed, an impatient it appears.
There's some probably some awful ones, so we just have to figure out which ones are the cracking ones and which are the awful ones. Yeah, I mean, it's. I mean, creating things becomes a compulsion. In some ways, you don't really have a choice. I mean, you get frustrated when you can't do it, but it's like anything. It just happens, and you can't. You know, I mean, a lot of time people say you don't actually write the songs yourself anyway. That someone else, they just kind of come through you. So
you're just channeling
them, yeah. And I do get that feeling, you know. Maybe channeling them, or maybe just getting in the way or something.
You're a medium through which they pass.
Yeah, maybe there's that kind of feeling.
But I think that's how it works as a collaboration as well. You write the songs and then they pass through me. I don't tend to change them structurally or lyrically or anything. I just add stuff over the top that you either like or don't like, or tell me it's out of tune and go back and play it again. Happens a fair bit.
Yeah, only happened a couple of times, but
that was the only ones you noticed.
Yeah. I'm not an expert in the various different tunings that cellos should be in.
Well, you know whether you like it or not. That's all that matters.
Doesn't sound right. Something's wrong here.
Yep.
Oh yes,
Fix it.
It's out of tune. It's catharsis in a way. I mean, it just means you can move on and do something else. It kind of hangs in the back of your mind. Although I work all the time on things and I write various different songs and work on sound and all the likes nearly, you know, a lot of the time. But you still have when you haven't put out something in a while, it kind of gets to you. So I think I just got to get this out because then you're mentally freer to do something else. So.
And we've already started kind of looking at other songs as well.
Yeah, this big
for another 10-year project.